Yay! This time it worked. Hello and welcome to the Built by Us podcast number 41, the one with only Donkey. And yeah, I accidentally streamed to my Twitch instead of our YouTube channel. So, Chris sucks and Oda has a life. That's why I'm alone today. But it's fine. The show must go on. Can't have another dark week. Wow. Work. Yeah, good. Okay, first topic of the day is GeForce Now. Activision and Blizzard say no. Yeah, Activision Blizzard says no. So, it doesn't work. Fuck this, guys. I need you in here. I need you in here with me for this. It doesn't work.
Yeah, you were proper struggling
Help
there.
me there. Help me out there.
GeForce Now, but Blizzard says GeForce no. So what's happened here is the infamous GeForce that I love and praise so much. Actually not sponsored by Nvidia. Maybe we should look into that. Have been rampant with progress over the last 3 months to 6 months, I would say. And it now officially released. As of 8 days ago.
Yeah, something like
that. And Blizzard decided to go, well, you can't use our games on there anymore. But why?
Okay, so first they just pulled the game, just pulled the plug. Because Nvidia did that because Blizzard was like, remove our games, or Activision. So obviously they were like, hey, we don't know why, they just asked us to. Secondly, then Activision Blizzard King thingy was like, hey, we thought that the agreement we had was only for the beta, and now the thing released. So why are our things still on there? So what that to me means is, Nvidia, pay us money for you to allow people to play our games that they already bought.
Yeah.
Or we are gonna go to Google, where people need to buy our games again. But we will get that sweet Google money. That's my theory. They said that it's because they only thought the agreement was...
And you gotta remember, we are super biased because Nvidia, and we love...
Yeah.
Especially GeForce, the tool of GeForce Now. We actually adore it. So we are biased in that regard. However, and defending Blizzard Activision is tricky at the best of times. If their contract did stipulate that it would just be for the beta, and then Nvidia have pulled it out of beta, not warned Blizzard ahead of time, but left the games in and therefore technically breached the contract.
Yeah.
I don't blame Blizzard for being like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I agree. Like, to my understanding and my knowledge, they didn't have a formal contract.
It was more like a handshake deal.
It was more like a, hey, we're doing this thing. Will you help us test it by bringing your game, letting us install your games on our servers? Which is all Blizzard has to do. They, to my knowledge, has to do nothing other than allow. It's something with the firewall thing, because it can like, are you running a botnet?
Allowing an entry point from here or whatever.
Yeah, or something like that. That's the only thing to make sure that it's not detected by anti-cheat.
Yeah.
So, I understand Activision is like, we actually want a cut of this because this seems to be the future. I understand that from a business standpoint. I don't see why they should. They don't provide anything that they don't get paid for already. They provide the game, and I bought the game. What?
They provide the customers.
Yeah, but they got paid for that. I'm gonna play the game anyway.
Yeah.
If anything, Nvidia brings more customers to them.
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, I get that. Without the service, or without the games, the service is non-existent.
Exactly, so...
Yeah, but, like, they're like, well, you would have sold the same amount of games. Yeah.
It's a bit of a minefield, isn't it?
So hang on. So the service works by letting you stream games that generally your PC wouldn't be able to run, say, yeah?
Via the internet that you already own.
Okay, but you can only do it if you already own the games?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to own the game. You can't just stream.
So you've already paid in some way, shape, or form that dev the money for the game. Whether that's from a second-hand game, a digital copy from a key site, whether that was legitimate or whatever, we won't go into it. Or a friend bought it for you, you got it from a brick and mortar store, whatever. You have somehow paid for that game it is yours.
It's in your Steam library.
However, you use the internet to play it.
Because, let's say, your GPU broke.
I think you could literally go back and forth forever in regards to who's right and who's wrong in that.
Yeah.
Because there's right on both sides.
Yeah, it is. So they're saying they're...
Because if Blizzard didn't make the games, then people wouldn't use GeForce Now to play them.
Exactly.
If GeForce Now didn't exist, then
people wouldn't have bought them because they wouldn't have been able to play it.
So...
Exactly.
6 of one half a dozen of the other.
So they're probably looking to be like, well, we want a cut of this because we feel like we bring, and Nvidia is probably like, well, we also bring potentially new customers to you because people who couldn't play your games before. I don't think anybody that plays Blizzard games can't play the game because Blizzard games run on everything.
Blizzard are really well known for optimizing their games, so I don't.
Hang on, you lads have seen Warcraft 3, yeah?
That's the exception that confirms the rule.
Yeah, the exception that proves the rule. But it's true, they have very well polished and very well optimized games that generally won't run well on low-end machines.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that WoW players, because I know quite a few that still have really low-end machines. That doesn't mean that they won't transfer over to GeForce Now and keep playing WoW.
I would.
Because there's definitely people that would.
And just because it's easier and it runs better. Oh, I can now turn my fucking draw distance up.
Yeah.
That cost me literally nothing to do.
But I'm now going to play this game more because it looks better and it's pretty and blah, 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 blah.
I think if you made a single change to a WoW player setup, they would riot.
Yeah.
If you changed the slightest thing about how a WoW player's experience is, they would freak out.
And they often do.
How dare you change that one tree?
Yeah.
We've bitched about because it's not here.
Yeah. It's just a trash game. Just play Final Fantasy 17 online. It's way better.
14. So, Blizzard are right to be like GeForce, that's naughty.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think they're entitled to any extra from it.
No. And I think because they don't pay developers, I think that's also one of the reasons why they can keep costs down. Yeah, obviously, they don't pay for the hardware. They own the hardware. Yeah. Or some of it.
If Nvidia were charging people an additional fee to play specific games, then yes, I would understand.
Yeah.
Like the Stadia model.
Yeah.
Well,
an
extra $5 a month and you can have the Blizzard package.
No.
Yeah.
The way this...
Then Blizzard.
Yeah. The way the Stadia works, Mike, is you pay Google 10...
I get that Stadia is like Netflix for games, for want of a better description. It's like a subscription.
No, it's actually not. It is like premium Blockbuster for games. You pay a subscription so you're first in line and actually able to use the service.
Right.
And then you buy your games at full price and you can only buy it at the Stadia store.
And if a game you already own, like Red Dead 2, for example, if I wanted to, you know what, I'll play it on my Stadia. Gotta buy it again on Stadia.
For full price.
I'm starting to understand a bit more why this project flopped.
Whereas Nvidia, if you already own the game, you just play the game.
Yeah, there's nothing there. You can just play it.
They don't make you buy it again.
No. Which is the, in my opinion, only correct way to do it. It makes no sense that I have to buy the same thing again.
Yeah, Stadia sounds like a really bad project.
In my opinion, Blizzard are cutting off the nose to spite the face.
Yeah. It could also be, some people on the internet is also speculating that Blizzard is just going to do the, hey, we have the Blizzard streaming service.
Yeah, but...
That's not going to happen.
Many of them.
To be fair, that's not going to happen. They're too small of a company.
There's too many... Small indie company, by the way. No, there's too many fucking... I don't know why. That was like the reaction. No, there's too many... Oh, something's
too many streaming services now.
Yeah, there's too much.
Because Amazon's supposed to be coming out with
and Microsoft's Project xCloud or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Nothing's going to do better than Nvidia because they put years of experience into it already, and it's now released.
You see that it's just battle tested, which was
for an insane price.
We said that this will work, Stadia won't, and then Stadia came out, and it's just, oh, the games don't run at 4K. Oh, fuck.
If you want to know more about the Nvidia release and the model and the memberships, check out the podcast of last week where we discussed it in detail.
Yeah.
But let's move on for now. I think we pretty much sullied this argument down to...
So, Alex, I'm stuck in this game. what do I do? And I don't know how to use
You've got
YouTube.
2 options. You can actually find Mikey, but I've played with Mikey and he's not historically very good at games.
Okay,
what?
fuck.
Anything.
Fair enough.
What you can do instead is you can actually pay to cheat now.
Oh.
So Sony have implemented apparently a patented option for you to buy hints in games if you get stuck.
So if I don't know how to do the puzzle, they will tell me that the square goes into the square hole.
Only if you pay a microtransaction for it.
Oh.
Is how long before that's like, oh, by the way, there's one jungle. give me £2, 1 CT.
Yeah, give me £2. There's a fella holding pallets.
Okay.
Yeah, like how long before this comes into competitive FPS game?
I have a thing where I think this could be a good thing. A lot of people are complaining that games are too easy nowadays.
True.
This is a very good reason for them to make the games harder.
Did you see people bitch about Sekiro when that came out? Yeah.
Yeah, but people bitch.
That game's designed to be hard though.
Yeah, that's like people say.
The whole the argument when
Dark
Sekiro came out
Souls.
was like, "Oh, this is gatekeeping. Why isn't it easier?"
Well, yeah, that's because the society we live in now of gamers grow up with games being easier and easier.
Yeah.
It's just true. Go back and play a game on the Sega Mega Drive and tell me the last game you beat on a console like that.
Try and beat fucking what's it called? I can't think of it.
Try beat the first Sonic on an old console.
No.
When did you get to the? I never got past the casino level, and I played that game for literally years.
Play Hercules on the PS1.
Oh my god, Hercules!
Whoa, I beat number 1. I beat number 2. What the fuck? Number 3, I just died at that fucking boss level.
Like, games are definitely easier now, but I'm okay with it. Yes, Dark Souls and Sekiro could be made easier, or they could implement an easy mode if they wanted to expand their audience. But the devs themselves have openly came out and said, I wanted to make a game that was hard. You wouldn't turn around to somebody who wrote a horror book and said, oh, but you could have made it a bit more comedic at times. No. I wanted to scare people.
Yeah. Or tell people.
Turn around to somebody who wrote a metal song and be like, oh, it's a bit heavy though, isn't it? I wanted it to be heavy. Like, yes, it's going to isolate some of your audience, but if that's what you're aiming for as that artist, then tough. Yeah. Like, not everything's going to be for you.
No. So I think that to that extent it could be good that we now have games that, like, I struggle with every game, so it's not for me anyway. But it could also mean that games are now, hey,
I think it's terrible.
Get good, mate, or you fucked.
I think it's terrible for 2 reasons. And that's actually one reason with 2 parts. The first being, game guides exist.
Yeah.
There are sweaty, try-hard people who will beat that game within 2 days of it coming out, and to 100%, regardless of what game it is, and they'll tell you everything there is to know about that game.
Depends on how big the game is.
I think you underestimate how far.
I mean, there is only 24 hours in a game, or in an hour.
Yeah, but the people that are doing this don't take 40 hours to complete a 40-hour game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So anyway, first point being that exists. That's already out there. So now Sony are basically going to charge people for that service instead of getting it for free.
And that's a thing that would only. I think it's going to work, and it will only work on console because the people on console.
Laziness.
It's laziness. They think of, oh, it's my console, fuck, and the thing is gonna pop up. Hey, you seem to be stuck there, mate. Yeah. Pay whatever 20 pence, and we will guide you to the next whatever.
The second reason why it's an issue, the gaming industry is already thriving, but becoming more and more competitive every day, especially for YouTubers and content creators like us, like those people who make those guides, whose not necessarily livelihood is based on them, but there's definitely people who have an income from game guides and walkthroughs.
Yeah, there's
ghouls and ghosts, man.
And
like, if you can find some content
ghouls
and ghosts.
Yeah. So Sony don't need to encroach on this area. They're not going to make a worthwhile amount from it, because if it costs a worthwhile amount to buy the hint, nobody will buy the hint. And if it costs a small amount, then not enough people are going to buy them anyway. I don't think.
Yeah, like I don't see. Hey, the option is there, and it's not like the option is bad. What I'm scared of is you need to do this, and the puzzle is literally find the dark square in the dark panel.
Yeah.
Where it's just where like the same issue with grinding in games. Oh, we just put grinding in so you can pay to skip the grinding. Every mobile game ever has been doing this. There's just grind just because.
That's what this mechanic's from. This mechanic is just in mobile.
Yeah, it is. So like, okay, you put unnecessarily grind into the game. Why?
Well, some games strive off of like the grind. Like MMO players, the only reason I play some video games is to watch a number go up.
Destiny.
Yeah. Like
the reason you play it is to grind.
Yeah, you watch an arbitrary value go up and you feel good about yourself. Why would I pay 20 quid and lose that joy?
Skip that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
because the person next to you is 20 quid's worth of equipment ahead of you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the reason we didn't like Battlefront's system of, hey, my ship goes faster and does more damage than yours.
Hang on a minute, why does my ship have 4,000 health and his has 40,000?
Yeah. I don't mind the option of having hints in games, but...
And for single player games, and if they don't change anything in the games, if it's just, hey, now... if it's just, hey, you have the option to do it here instead of going on YouTube, and we feel it's more convenient. Which is probably going to be, if I can click a button and it's going to show me in-game, this way, then this way, pick up item B, go and put it on place C. That is easier than me, YouTube, hey, game X, level Y, this part, how to.
Yeah.
I understand that. That is a value to some lazy ass people.
It's been a time since I've had to do that, actually. Jesus Christ.
You're right. I've got these are slightly off topic, but also in the subject of gaming news and opinions, and we spoke about it before. Game demos.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
No.
They should exist.
They should.
I played one the other day on Steam.
Oh.
Can't remember what game it was for, and I turned it off almost immediately because it was terrible, and I uninstalled it.
Oh, I remember that.
But
was it Calling It a Cows too?
No, it wasn't. I would never uninstall that, and I wouldn't even bother getting the demo. Just buy it.
Just buy it outright.
It's 50 quid, Alex. I don't care. But the game's only 35 megabytes. I don't care.
Sure, didn't you, like, the time you came here, you essentially had a game demo of Dream Daddy.
Oh my god, we don't talk about Dream Daddy.
Played 45 minutes of
Dream Daddy
father dating simulator.
Good. So, a woman, man. Apparently, Final Fantasy 14 are ditching genders when getting married.
So they're allowing gay marriage, and I can now wear a gown.
I don't think they've ever not allowed gay marriage. I think across a lot of MMOs that have allowed marriage, same-sex marriage has been okay for a while, and it's just whatever.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Final Fantasy 14 has a lot of
cat people and shit.
Gender-specific attire. Like, they do a lot of Valentine's Day events and wedding events and do stuff with your friends and couples events. However, in those scenarios, always the girl would wear the dress, the guy would wear the suit. It would look great.
But what happens if you wanted to have everyone running around in a dress?
Well, exactly. What if you wanted to be the guy wearing a dress?
It was really commonplace even just in my friend group when we used to play Destiny 1, where everyone would make a female character because their animations were just better.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that's the case. Plus, I mean, I'd rather look at a girl's ass for 6 hours than a dude's.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny did not think that far ahead.
I think it's great that games as large as Final Fantasy are being like, okay, we need to free our people up and let them do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like, why is it being restricted anyway? You know what I mean?
It doesn't affect anything in the long run, so fuck it.
Now, normally I'm against certain games that do this without a purpose. Like, some games will... Oh, I can't remember. Just a couple of big games have done it recently. We'll release a new character. Oh, and by the way, that one's gay.
Overwatch did it with Tracer and Symmetra.
Yeah.
It's like, but why? That character's been out for years. The law hasn't mentioned the sexuality at all. And now suddenly that sexuality in games is coming up. You think, you know what? We need a lesbian.
The reason, actually, the Overwatch one about 3 months later, and I think just to save face, they brought out, like, the other way, they have a comic book that runs with the game.
Yeah.
They brought out one that, like, mentioned Tracer's wife or whatever.
Yeah.
But that could have just been to save face.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, it doesn't... It makes sense if it's a story-driven game where,
yeah, but like,
hey,
this
to the story, it makes sense that this person is gay, so he is then not
Yeah.
attracted to this female. That's why he wasn't seduced or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
hey, or he was seduced by this dude because he is actually gay and attracted to male.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, then it makes sense. In a multiplayer game, I don't care for the second
saying that,
yeah.
TF2, like Team Fortress 2, they shove the sexuality of the spy in your face when he seduces the scout's mother, and you didn't have a problem with that.
I was about to say that.
Okay, well.
It depends if it's relevant to the game and the story, or even the character development, whether it's a multiplayer or not.
As I said, it was.
I think it's okay.
To some extent, in my opinion, in there it made sense in the character development because it is in the meet this character movie about whatever. So it was like this guy is this type, this guy is this. Like it's the same reason it makes sense for us to know that the pyro is actually a maniac.
Yeah.
It gives you a little bit more as well.
Yeah, so then it makes sense. If it was a new character they brought out, and like, I don't know, they showed the trailer and then she turns around and then kisses another character. Oh, they found each other and then writes it into the law or
nice
whatever.
To know.
Like,
it is nice to know about your character's background and all that. But
they are now a couple.
When it's just a dev sitting in a chair going, by the way, this character's gay.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
No, let me find that out, man. Release a video or something like.
But as me and Alex have always said, options are good. I can now wear a gown in the game, and Oda can now wear a suit. Sweet. Yeah. Go ahead.
Is great. Yeah.
I can't see why that's an issue. I don't know how much development time that took. It can't be a lot. It is something I know, but I'm glad that they decided that that was the correct option. Hey, we should have everything for everyone. Like.
Especially in an MMO, like
it was prompted by the Valentine's Day event, I think.
Yeah, I think it's good. I know here a lot of parents have complained that when they buy kids' clothing, sometimes in the back of a blue jumpsuit it says boy, and people are mad because I think it's because it's physically impossible to tell a 2-year-old girl to put that on. That must be the issue. And
like if your kid is just old enough to read and they see that this set of
they are 2 years old.
That's not happening.
They're not reading.
But either way, like I get what you're saying. Like if they see this is for a boy, they'll think, well, I'm not wearing that.
No. At the age of 2, they don't get a choice. They don't know.
They wear what I tell them.
Thing, man.
And when they grow up, you can buy a pink shirt in the male part of the clothing store.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you be able to? Yeah.
And I can also buy a blue one in the women's store. As long as you kids, it's more divided. Just because that makes my job easier. It's just dumb.
I'm glad that games are moving into.
Yeah.
Actually, I think gaming in general is more leading the normalization of sexuality without making it weird in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
Hang on. Have you played as Zaya and Rakan in League? They're straight, but that shit's weird.
Why is it weird?
They get too into it, man.
I mean, I think it's cute.
No, it's horrible. It makes me feel very uncomfortable every time I play.
The man wearing pink cat ears.
Yeah, but right, I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with fucking the two of them moaning down my ear when I'm trying to play a bot lane.
Turn them off.
I don't know how.
Well, get yourself an education.
Shove sit, right.
Mikey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you know that it's cheaper to buy 125 personalized teaspoon packs than it is to produce a PlayStation 5?
Can't say I knew that, no.
Yeah.
I've never googled the price of a personalized teaspoon pack either, though.
Yeah, you can buy 125 before you could produce a PlayStation 5. Now, the actual amount, I believe, is currently for production of a PS5 is $500, donkey.
Yeah.
Give or take.
They're trying to keep it. They're really, really struggling to keep it under because of multiple things. They need RAM. And RAM
is expensive at the moment.
RAM
for the last 12 months.
Yeah, RAM is expensive. It dipped a bit, but And the PS4 is becoming more and more like a PC. They're realizing they need to put actual hardware in it that's not actual trash anymore. People want games to look good, and good hardware. We've been telling you this from the PCs that it costs money. There's a reason our games looks better. We spend more money on it.
Yeah, it does. It costs far money. Like,
so let's say that.
Believe me.
Yeah. So let's say that it's 400. Let's say they make it to $450, $100 at cost.
They still want to be making more than $50 profit.
Yeah, either they make that or they do what they did with the PS2, which was only worked because it was such a success. Okay, we lose money on every console, but we earn it back on the games and on the PS fucking Plus gay thing.
Which, judging by how the Xbox One started losing to the PS4, it's possible, but that's a big gamble.
It is a big gamble, especially because the PlayStation is where Sony makes money right now.
Yeah.
Plus, go on.
No, you go.
Like, it's not guaranteed that any side, like, so if you, Alex, you will recall, and I don't know about you, Donkey, but the Xbox 360,
Yeah.
by far was the more popular console at the time. And then straight out the gate, Xbox were probably thinking, right, we've got this, no hassle, and then boom, terrible fucking loss instantly.
54% failure rate it was on the original Xbox console.
And
the original 360.
They're trying to cut down the costs, which means they will cut corners. That's how you cut down cost.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need to buy Arctic Silver thermal paste. We will use this cheap ass shite.
We'll use Cooler Master instead.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to add to this, and I don't want to put all of it on. Also, at the moment, a lot of their products will be coming from China.
Also.
And cost is up because workload is up because less people are working. So that's probably having an impact as well.
It is having an impact as well. Yeah, definitely. Which means shipping costs go up. And to have to ship stuff from China is not free.
So I think by the end of the year, I would say they could probably get it to 400, maybe lower.
Yeah.
And we're probably looking at a November release date, right? I would imagine.
Yeah,
so
November,
you're thinking 400 for that, right? And it's meant to be what? Native 4K? Fucking... It's meant to be an improvement entirely on what they have at the moment.
Yeah. This isn't sale price. I mean production.
Okay.
So sale price, you're probably still looking 500 to 500, I would say.
What was
what
was the PS4's MSRP?
PS4, like at the moment,
unreleased MSRP.
Like 400 still, I think. But
was
even
it 340, something like that?
So that if that's 400, they're selling it for. It cost them, let's say 300 to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was $399.
Okay, so let's say it costs 300 to make, right?
And was estimated $381 to make.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
but that's
only
if
making $18 profit.
But that's if you have to make it. That's not the Sony deal with the factory because they buy a lot of the chips.
Yeah, that's estimated as well, and
that is probably the BOM cost, which is if I go buy X chip, it costs me X. PCB costs X. Okay, that means that the total is this amount, which is probably true. But I buy 400,000 chips from AMD and not one.
Just looking at it there, the PS4 Pro released in 2016, so it was the upgrade of the standard PS4. They're 400 euros, like £350, say. Yeah. If you were to go in today and try buy one 4 years later, like, there's no way that they're still costing that much to make.
No.
Getting made. They're not making those.
Yeah.
Right.
But
they're models that didn't get sold.
Yeah, but legit. Like, the price of production is just going to go down, obviously. This is just the first batch. I realize that.
They're always going to find cheaper, more efficient ways to do it. Coronavirus will start losing. China will get back into function eventually, but that might not be till middle of next year.
No, and then there'll be a special edition console with a fancy paint job, and it'll be an extra $100.
Yeah. Honestly, buying the first generation of any new console, like, it's not a good idea. I've done it. It sucks. Don't do it. Just wait.
Yeah.
They will release a better version.
Within 12 months, max.
It's the same with games, like, if you can wait, and you don't have to buy it on release, you will generally get a better experience.
must pre-order all of the games.
If you saw me
Especially EA
trying,
games.
for all the praise I give NVIDIA GeForce Now, right? If you saw me trying to play Metro on that the other day, it was like, patches, not true. Like, it just released, so they just got a massive influx of new players, right? And the software was new. It was releasing on Steam, which is not the priority of the developer. It was just not having a good time. Tried it today, amazing.
Yeah, so.
There's just like, if you can wait, it's just better. I also want to play stuff on release, but it's never good.
What's the S20 range from Samsung, by the way?
Yeah, talk about that.
So, the S20 range from Samsung is obviously, unless you've lived under a rock, Samsung are like the phone giant. Ye both have Samsung phones.
Yes.
Yeah. I am the only one that doesn't, but like the S2, Samsung had their big announcement.
But Samsung makes the one you have anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's irrelevant.
Do they?
Yeah. They manufacture it, yeah, 100%. Samsung make everything.
Yeah. Assume Samsung made it.
Anyway, yeah, they had their big announcement range the other day, and the whole thing was that this is the future of smartphones. So like the top tier S20, which is the S20 Plus Ultra 5G, I think.
Plus Ultra 5G. Cool.
Jesus Christ, sounds like a transformer, man. But,
it does, man.
Yeah, that's got like 8K. It can record in 8K. It's got an 8K resolution screen. It's gonna improve on Samsung's Super AMOLED display bullshit that they go with.
On a mobile though.
Yeah, so it's they call it the future of phones, and you've got the Z Flip, which is like, do you remember your old Motorola? That you
Yeah, I've heard of the Z Flip actually.
But it's fully touchscreen. It's ridiculous.
What? Why would you want an 8K mobile? Why?
So like S20 Ultra.
I don't see the point though.
No, like you can say that about anything. Though. Like my phone has 12 gig of RAM. Why does it need that?
It does not.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money. That RAM should have been used in my computer instead. It would have made more sense.
It's a 108 megapixel camera.
Yeah, but that's fair though, because some people do use their phone to take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, the camera, fair enough, right? But like, the rest of it is insane.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. So, new Samsung stuff, gonna take over the world via phones. Good luck fighting Google.
Eventually, yeah, basically.
Space internet for Australia. Those otters have got something in the sky, donkey.
So, for anyone that has ever known anyone in Australia knows that their internet sucks balls.
Yeah, because they live in the outback of nowhere.
Yeah, but so does New Zealand, and they have good internet.
It's not exactly as big.
No, I know, but it's just bad. If you say it's bad, not bad, you're lying. It's bad. So Elon Musk is like, I can fix that, because that's
good
what
old Elon.
The man does.
How do you like it, Elon Musk?
Yeah, so he decided that he will now shoot satellites into space that will beam internet down to the country of Australia.
So 5G?
No.
No?
Faster than 5G. And with
old Elon.
Better with reliability. The current technologies that can do the same has a ping of 600 milliseconds. He has gotten it down to 25.
Jesus, man.
So you mean, walk in, just be the best in class, you get the contract. So the Australian government has agreed to buy his.
What a surprise!
Thing. Like, apparently the I don't know what 18 times reduction in the ping time was like, yeah.
Hey, we can fix your country, Australia.
Yeah. It's obviously not going to be as good and as reliable as a direct connection. It's still coming over the air. And what's the country is paying for is the satellites network. You as a person still have to pay for the receiver to be mounted on your house.
Yeah, so it's going to be like an actual satellite dish.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know how this technology works. If I did, I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like, yeah, if we had a full grasp of this shit, we wouldn't be sitting here like.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. Better internet, and it also would make it easier to give good internet to a country called America. where their internet sucks as well.
Yeah, it actually does, you know.
It really does. It's bad, and like
it depends what coverage would be like, though.
Yeah, and obviously, the more countries that sign up to this, the more satellites he can afford to put up, which means that the service will only get better.
Better to a point.
I'm saying the more satellites, the better the service is going to be.
Yeah.
Because, like, maybe it's not going to get much better, but it's going to get... Maybe it's going to probably be more reliable the more satellites that's up there, is my guess. So yeah, Space Incident for Australia. I think it's good. I'm excited.
That sounds cool. That sounds cool.
Oof.
Even if it doesn't work, the fact that Australia once had space internet sounds pretty class.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
By the way, Mike, I feel like you mentioned a big thing about the Samsung thing, or you forgot it actually.
The S20 Ultra 5G.
No, that it's missing an essential feature.
Oh, a headphone jack.
Yes.
Oh,
you can't even consider that missing anymore. Every
yes, I can.
phone now doesn't have one. It's the industry standard, despite us not liking it.
It's still gay, and that means I'm not going to buy a Samsung phone.
The S20 Ultra 5G has 16 gig of RAM, by the way, for anyone wondering.
Well, it's got it. It's running an 8K screen, isn't it? So.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, Donkey, I agree. The lack of a headphone jack is horrendous. I don't have one.
Everyone's got to get on that digital audio app.
Yeah. Okay. First impressions. Is where we are at, boys. You ready?
First impressions.
Oh, yeah.
I am ready.
Cool, boy.
Now that is an entrance.
I was just some weird kid from Jersey who didn't fit in.
The kid isn't human. We did this, and she needs your help.
People believe in the Avengers. We can't just sit around and do nothing. Embiggen! Good isn't a thing you are. It's a thing you do.
It's a game.
What?
It's a game. Movie.
It is a game.
Like
it doesn't look special to me.
Looks like I wouldn't care.
I mean, it looks like a bad Spider-Man game.
It looks like what is gonna you can tell that 6 months after its release, you're gonna find it in the bin of like a GameStop or a Walmart or whatever for like $10-ish. This is one of those bottom of the barrel. It's on sale. Your grandmother might buy it for you, kind of thing.
It'll come off for 40 quid, but it'll depreciate rapidly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
So yeah, that's the new Marvel game, guys. I honestly, I agree. It doesn't look.
I think it looks terrible, and the fact that she said "embiggen" was even better.
It doesn't even it doesn't even graphically. I was like, maybe it's because I don't play on console.
But when they first showed it off, everyone was telling me that they're just waiting to get the rights to use the actual character likenesses, and I was like, hey, maybe it'll be good then. That game releases in 2 months and it looks terrible.
Yeah, and it had people like Hulk and stuff in there, and it just didn't look.
It's not something I'll be buying.
That looks like a really good PlayStation 3 game.
That is not a lie. It legit does. It looks like end of the era PlayStation 3 games.
That's fucking mad high-end Xbox 360 days.
Yeah, it's... Wake up, man. Yes, you're Disney, but come on.
How can... So,
I imagine...
Gotta
increase your standards.
It is Disney, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Marvel, so at some point Disney have had to give the yes.
Yeah, how can you own both Marvel and Star Wars and be like, okay, we're gonna release, what was it? Was it Fallen Order? Was the name of the new Star Wars thing?
Yeah, whatever the last one was, yeah.
Yeah. That looked amazing, and this looks like
And it
shit.
was, apparently, yeah. It looked gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah.
It probably came from two different publishers.
Yeah.
for this game
Absolutely.
of Star
But
Wars.
how can the parent company look at both of those and go, these
Exactly.
are equal?
How can you put your name on that?
Yeah.
Is the question, right? Like,
My foot's asleep. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know how you can like look at both of these things and think I am proud of these. These
They can't
both
be
got
proud
the
of
same
that.
love and attention.
I think it's legit because it's Disney. They are so big. it
they
doesn't
don't
matter.
care, but
It does-
they need to stop because that's
Yeah.
that's terrible.
It is really legit.
If,
Yeah,
if I, let's say I'm 13, 14 and my parent buys me that game for Christmas on, I'm not a happy money. I'm just not.
No, I'm not pleased looking at that. Like, I'd rather get like the Avengers DVD or something. Honestly.
Bear in mind, at Christmas you probably just bought me Call of Duty, which looks really good.
Yeah.
I don't.
Which, in my opinion, this is gonna. If I'm a kid, I'm looking at that. Hey, what movie do you want to watch in the cinema? And I'm watching at all the posters. I'm like, I remember those characters. That looked awesome on PlayStation. It's gonna be
Yeah,
the same here.
Right?
Yeah, like, because like that's gonna be a game that like your distant aunt buys for you.
This
Like,
is
that's
gonna.
not-
Do you think this is gonna be like E.T.?
No, man, that's
No,
it's.
no,
Do you know what it is?
that-
It's the equivalent to socks. It's like you open up and you're like, oh yeah, socks. That's it. Like you're never getting more of a reaction than, oh, it's the Avengers game.
Alex, I have no
Yeah.
idea what the fuck socks is.
Like when you get a pair of socks for Christmas.
Oh, I thought it was a
Oh.
game.
Oh,
Socks.
yeah,
I was
look,
like,
socks.
Oh no, like
Yeah,
you
I
can't
appreciate
like.
that you got me some, but what you got me is socks.
Yeah, it's like look,
Yeah.
they're
I
usable.
like getting socks for Christmas.
I
That
do
means
like getting video games.
Yeah, but
Just
Donkey,
not to be
how did you feel getting socks for Christmas when you were 13 or 14?
that means I didn't have to go sock shopping with my mom. So that means I could play more video games.
So gamers don't die; they just respawn. Is the current item that we're showing off on the merch store.
Yes.
There's also some thing going on.
There is a 10% discount on our
Yes.
both our stores, both our normal BBU store and our esports store, where you support our esport efforts. It's a 10% discount. It is love stick, and it is in the video description. Look at me being smart. I've made so many improvements during this stream. It's amazing. I made our link thingy bigger, and I put the purple Discord logo in there instead. Everything looks better now.
Emma's saying to get yourself some leggings, regardless of gender. You should. Mikey, I think you look great in them, and they definitely come in your size.
What do you mean? You
Donkey,
think I look great in them? I have looked great in them.
Oh no.
Oh, do you remember when you all took a nip down to the shop in Germany? I was left alone in that house for far too long.
And there goes Mikey.
Oh,
Oh my god. Well, yeah. But yeah, all our merch is super nice. As we mentioned last week,
Still wearing it. Still wearing mine.
wash it before you put it on.
Whose hair is this?
Is it the one and only?
Yeah, of course it is.
The gay man with
what an
unity grin.
interesting topic time. Mikey, can you
Yo.
explain to the folks at home, those listening on the radio, what the hell is bean battles, man?
oh man. So you've probably heard of like Apex Legends or PUBG or all that kind of shit. They're all
Okay, yeah,
terrible.
You've been playing Apex Legends. We've paired
They're
up.
all they're
You've
all
been playing League of
terrible.
Legends. We've paired up. You've been playing CS:GO. We've paired up. But I
Right.
want to know about bean battles.
Bean Battles was recommended to me by Connor. I thought it wasn't even recommended; it was forced upon me
Yep.
by Connor. It was basically he was like, right, Mike, we're playing Bean Battles. I was like, I don't know what it is, and he went, right, well now you own it. It was 79p. Install it. Game installed in like 0.3 of a second because it basically doesn't exist. And you spawn in, and it's just
What does point in as?
oh, you're a bean. So Connor's bean, which he dubbed racially insensitive bean. I'd advise you play a game with him and ask him about his racially insensitive bean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can decorate them and you can like make them look different colors. And it's 80 cents, and it's like a fever dream more than a video game.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's definitely worth 80 cents.
It's a battle royale and it's fantastic. Go play it.
That's
Donkey, Hold Fast, yes. Metro, Sam Story, I guess DLC. What's FS19 again?
Farming,
Shelter stuff?
farming
Oh,
simulator.
Farming Simulator. How are you going with that? How's the farm?
I bought a new tractor. I upgraded basically every piece of equipment I had from the start. The only thing I still have left is my combined harvester because that's expensive, and then what's it called? My 2 starting tractors. But I bought a new bigger tractor as well. Okay. I have more tractors.
That's good. I have also been playing Bean Battles, CS:GO, Apex Legends, and Among Us. I started playing yesterday. This is for anyone who's ever played Werewolf or Town of Salem. It's a similar kind of thing. You're all on a spaceship. There's an imposter. He wants to kill everybody. Everybody else has little tasks to do on the ship. You have to run around and do the tasks. If you all finish the tasks before everybody's dead, then the good guys win. If the imposter kills everybody, the bad guys win. It's really fun. It's super simple to play. It's also only like £4 on Steam right now.
You buy Bean Battles 8 times for that.
I already own Bean Battles. In fact, I'm the one that got Connor to buy it.
I'm just saying, man. If anyone's wondering what they should do with their £4, like I buy all your mates Bean Battles.
On Tuesday, some of us at the BBU will be drinking alcohol, playing some Alchema games. 2 of those games will be Bean Battles and Among Us at some point. So if you want to come along, probably grab those 2 games. We'll have a laugh. I've also been playing PC Builder, but not the simulator game, the actual PC Builder IRL, because I broke my PC because I'm smart.
So you didn't upgrade your PC, you just broke it.
I did upgrade it though.
Okay, yeah, okay, fair. He installed this thing that I just ripped out from his computer.
It runs better than when you built it. That's all I'm saying.
No shit, Sherlock. You put better parts in, it makes PC run better.
No, I put one better part in that makes it a little bit colder.
Which is directly responsible for how good it runs.
So last week we got to give some people some really bad news about Metro Exodus not coming out for the Switch. Delays for multiple reasons, one of them being
coronavirus. Corona beer.
As of yesterday, it actually made it out as it's been released. So if you don't have it but was looking forward to it, go ahead, could have it. Phenomenal.
It's a good game. It's not open world, but it's good.
I like games that are open world. I like some games to be open world and some not to be.
It's like, you
so
know...
Game deals for the week. Speaking of Metro, the franchise bundle is only 51% off on Steam, so you get the £41.28. Resident Evil 2, the new one, 67% off, £14.84. On the PlayStation Store, you can now get Red Dead Redemption 2 for 50% off at £25. That game is still new, and at £25 is a steal.
I think
if you don't have it, go get it.
I agree. I think that's a good price for that game. I have that game.
That is a steal. FIFA 20 is 50% off for £30. It's still too much. It's the football game. It's the same as the one last year. Get over it. Epic Games Store, the free game this week is Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's only one game. That's because it's a AA game, maybe. I don't feel confident.
It's not a AAA game. It's not, or at least it doesn't have the polish of what I would expect from a AAA.
But it's a very good free game. And you play The Division 2 is free, not free, but it is £2.50 until the end of today, I believe. It's
I double checked it.
If you don't have it, go get it. Even if you don't play it, you might play it for an hour at some point. £2.50 is worth it. I played the beta. It was fun. It was good. The beta itself was just like the intro, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we got 5 hours out of that. So again, that is a AAA game. It's £2.50. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Best game deals for the week. Do we have a clip to show?
Yes.
Let's get it.
Chung, follow my Patreon and I will.
Poor old Chung is gonna have to wake up and look at that now.
Fucking game is broken again. Oh Jesus Christ, can you not? Can't you fucking not? I'm not in the game, you weapon.
I'm the only one here.
Skimmed up and ready to burn.
Dennis. Chung,
follow my Patreon and I will.
Poor old Chung is gonna have to.
Yeah, that's an old clip of the boys playing Apex. Adam was there. That's how old that is.
Yeah.
Mikey, do you have anything you'd like to add for the end of the podcast, my friend?
Not really, man. No.
Duncan, anything you want to throw in at the end? We'll be here for the update on Wednesday. Don't forget to check out our merch, 10% off with the code
Sick, I think.
Sick.
Lovesick. It is in the description of the video.
It runs until tomorrow, the end of tomorrow American time, so I don't know when that is real time.
And again, for those who want to have a drink with us or just play games, Tuesday probably around 8:30 in the evening GMT. But you can start beforehand, play beforehand, whatever. Peace out, guys.